Today is the 24th of April 2025, and unless many people reach out to us in support of this plan, this video may well be our last act. It is up to you. It has taken many years to develop this work, and over $50,000 has been spent on websites, the printing of books, travel, and various other expenses like this video. I have lost many friendships over time. Some people think I am a dreamer, others that I am a lunatic, and still others have believed disgusting lies that someone invented out of jealousy and envy. But I have put my faith in God, and so I have always been protected. Over the last 10 years, I have kept away from most people so I could work on this project. Two special people helped me to heal, and I began to flourish. I have created some beautiful and not so beautiful art that I now wish to sell to raise the budget for a network quality documentary that explains this plan and the background to its creation. It is a beautiful story, full of hardship, creativity, and love. This plan has been born out of the darkness. I know how humanity in the developed world can suffer, but I know nothing about how the poor suffer in most of the world. I do know 60% of humanity lives on $1.25 to $5 a day, and that group is growing. It breaks my heart that capital continues to concentrate in fewer and fewer hands, just like a game of Monopoly. When I started this project 20 years ago, 500 families had as much wealth as the poorest 50%. Now 8 individuals have as much wealth as the poorest 50%. I went to live in a yoga centre 20 years ago, and that is where I turned my life around 180 degrees. A spiritual master asked me to be of intelligent service to the world, and I gave myself up to this cause, but I did not know where to start. I did know that humanity needed to evolve the United Nations into something more fair, but I did not want to promote a UN 2.0 that was above the people. I did not trust a future UN 2.0 to not be corrupted over time by cunning and greedy individuals, and so I was lost on how to proceed. But in 2005, I was given the key by a people some consider primitive and backward, but whom I would find to be among the most advanced on earth, the Pitjantjatjara from the centre of Australia. One day, I may tell the story about how exactly this evolutionary key was transmitted to me. All I will say now is it was mystical, almost unbelievable, and definitely heartfelt. Over the years on this journey, I would befriend quite a few Indigenous people, and they have always struck me as loving, just, talented, intelligent, courageous, and spiritual. But they did all carry the wounds of a transgenerational trauma which was inflicted on them by my ancestors and by people living today who can only see their dysfunction. This plan is about the principles of justice and a framework for decision-making. I have no solutions, only a way to make settlements without the need for war. Over the last 5 years, I have tried my best to hand over this project so I could remain anonymous, but I have failed in this. I do not wish for fame. In fact, I can think of nothing worse than to be famous and poor. Anyway, I am now sacrificing my anonymity to the cause. As the author of this work, I now hope to sell my art to raise a budget so we can make a network quality documentary that explains this plan and the background to its creation. By buying a piece of art, you not only contribute to this peace plan, but if we are successful, the art you buy will become valuable. I do not profit from the sale of this art. All money will be put into an operations fund for the People's Embassy, and our books will be open and transparent. We hope to establish the People's Embassy as a legal entity by the end of this year. We have almost raised the budget to cover the lawyer fees. We intend to establish a headquarters for the People's Embassy in Delhi, India. It seems appropriate to establish it in the most populous nation on earth. I have no animosity towards the global power elites, only love and understanding. But they are very powerful. They own most of the world. But they cannot kill an idea. Please share this plan so it is known in each and every nation. We ask you to create a People's Embassy in your city or town. Please translate this plan into your language. Collectively, we can and will make a precise, unified call for peace and justice. We recognise this plan is a 1,000-year project, but we must start somewhere. The life-giving potential of this planet is being destroyed by human stupidity. We will not accept that our home, the Earth, is dying and beyond healing. It is still a beautiful blue world. There is hope. But only if you unite. Only a massive, grassroots, planet-wide movement can challenge the global power elites and the transnational corporate class. We are not anti-capitalist. We believe in a free market where small and medium businesses thrive and transnationals are reprogrammed. But we are against exploitative capital concentration, where a few elites own and rule the world. It may seem complicated and impossible, but if we think holistically, the answers are simple. Like one person, one vote, majority decides. To transcend armed conflict is not a small thing. We need to be aware of our conditioning and have compassion for ourselves. If we let anger guide us rather than forgiveness, we will not heal ourselves or the earth. I apologise for any flaws or errors in this presentation. I am not university educated, but perhaps it is best this way, as I have kept the language simple. It is not the gobbledygook that only professors may understand. The brilliance of this plan lies in the sovereignty triangle. It was conceived by a female Pitjantjatjara elder. It is straightforward, and it cuts through all human complexity. It gives humanity a way to use power in a loving and balanced manner. Therefore, any genius is thanks to the Pitjantjatjara nation of Australia. And I did not invent direct democracy. The Swiss have used it since 1390, and villages in India have used it for millennia. But I did share the earth into 9 regions and allocate the 24 seats of the People's Council. No doubt this will be criticised, but it is not so important, as the People's Council is ruled by the majority vote of humanity. These 24 seats may be adjusted via the direct democratic process. Collectively, we may well be planting the seed for a golden age. It may take decades, centuries, even thousands of years to fully realise, but it is urgent that we plant this seed for peace now. If we do receive a massive level of support and we do succeed in the attempt to create a People's Embassy in Delhi, India, we will see you on social media. Any updates and progress reports will be posted there and on our website. You may send in criticisms and suggestions to our email address. We are facing a planetary emergency. This decade may well make or break humanity. It is as serious as it gets. If we truly care for the world we hand over to our children and their children, we must unite and work together without blame or judgment. All of us have been harmed by the dominance paradigm we live under, and all of us have something to offer to help heal this world, even if it is just to witness in silence the state of this world. In fact, this is where we must all begin. Accept the world as it is, without judgment. Then, if we are able to move forward step by step in a peaceful manner, We thank all people who love and support the Indigenous people of Earth. They hold vital wisdom we need to save our world. We thank all the people who have assisted the author in this vision. We honour all the people who are united in this quest.